I am your friend, Dr. Charles Apoki. It is 11:23 p.m. I'm reaching you from this beautiful hotel in Asaba. I came to give a lecture at the Miriam Babangida Leisure Park, the studio there, to professors and lecturers and students of the Delta State University. Is it Okpanam campus or Hawaii campus? And I spoke on living your legacy, LIVING, your legacy. And I told them legacy represents the footprints that you leave on earth. You intentionally, daily make decisions and take actions that will eventually summarize your stay here on earth. It's not necessarily the properties you leave behind. And we related it to intellectual wealth and the internet today. Just before I was to sleep, I saw a video of El Rufai having an altercation with security agencies at the Nnamdi Azikiwe International Airport, Abuja. El Rufai used to be a minister of the Federal Capital Territory and a two-time governor of Kaduna State. Something is telling me in my ear he was a senator. And he accompanied Tinubu to Chatham House in the United Kingdom during the campaigns for the 2023 presidential elections. In fact, when Tinubu was asked a question, he deflected it to El Rufai. But today, El Rufai is in the ADC, Tinubu is in the APC, and they seem to have parted ways, and the center cannot hold. I want to raise some points. You don't need to agree with me, just state your own. Why would you wait for him in the airport when you have sent a letter to him and you have fixed a date for him to meet with you, the security agency that wanted to arrest him? He was in Cairo, and on entering to Nigeria, his passport was seized, and there was a large crowd that was around him, and they had to protest. Now, simple question: how did that large crowd get into the arrival? How? Who allowed them? Number two, El Rufai was saying that even the president cannot order his arrest. That's the sign of a lawless nation. Any person can be arrested. Any person can be arrested by security agencies. One question I want to ask: if Rufai were to be an Igbo man, would him and his associates behave like that in the airport and gotten free with that behavior? How many of you remember Rocha Sokorocha and EFCC? And the same EFCC with Yahya Bello. These are questions I want you to help me answer. The next question is that this is the temporariness of nature, of power. I remember when Rufai was addressing Northern Elders Forum prior to the 2023 elections. He said that the Nigerian Defense Academy is in Kaduna, and that one other thing there, that he could have ordered for the arrest of Peter Obi. Rufai, simple question, how market? Now they want to arrest you. We must live in a country where arbitrary use of power should be discouraged. The security agencies, the judiciary, the police, we seem to have reached a level, degenerated to a level where these agencies are being used to witch hunt people. Simple question. If Rufai had decamped to the APC, would he be harassed in the airport on arrival from Cairo? Because a lot of people who have cases, immediately they decamp to the APC, their sins are forgiven. Rufai, can you see how this life is? If we have a nation where law and order and human rights are respected, you wouldn't have been harassed that way. The next thing I want to talk about is that Rufai was quite erratic in Kaduna State, and a lot of things were attributed to him, and he made a lot of outlandish statements when he said any person that touches a Fulani owes an eternal death that they will avenge. I listened to an interview when he said that they brought in Fulanis from all over Africa and they have refused to go. Rufai, do you really qualify to be a patriotic citizen, or are you a religious bigot, a regional thug? What your people displayed in the airports, a Yoruba man wouldn't have done that. Some of you in this country, particularly you, the northern elites, northern Islamic elites, you behave as if you are above the law. And it does not augur well for this country. In your imagination, 2027 is going to be very, very chaotic, very rowdy, very unpredictable with all these kinds of behavior we're seeing. And let it not be perceived from my previous point that if people decamp to the APC, their sins seem to be forgiven. Let it not be that we are gravitating towards an authoritarian rule, a one-party state where opposition is stifled, just like in some of the countries I will not want to mention. But we are too docile in this country, and I believe that something is cooking that will shock every person. I remain Dr. Charles Apoki. I am disturbed by what I am seeing. I never knew we would degenerate to this level in Nigeria. I have a webinar coming up on the 21st of February. Send a message to +234 80 21 21 92 62 to register. God bless you.